Hi, everybody. This is Darren at the Campbell Cabin. Again, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be in the cabin. I'm in the cabin right now. We've been out at the wood pile to this point. We've been talking about all the seasoning and splitting and stacking and measuring and all the tools it takes me to get the wood, the product, to put inside of the stove. This is the feature. So I'm going to tell you today about the new wood stove at the cabin. And let me tell you, I am so thrilled to have this new stove. It's been a long time. I've been studying this stove, this this company and this brand for 20 years. I've been looking into them, and I almost bought this 20 years ago before I purchased my Yodel, but the Yodel had a local sales showroom. I could just go right down there and look at it and buy it and bring it home today. And boy, I kind of wish I would have bought this 20 years ago. I could have drove up to New Hampshire and picked it up then, and I might be getting a rebuild. But here we are, and I finally got one, and I would like to tell you about it. So, this stove to heat the cabin is a Woodstock Soapstone Company product. It is the Fireview Model 205, and it is a catalyst stove. That means it has a catalytic converter in it. Basically, a little honeycomb that sets up in underneath of this here, and I will show you that briefly. I'm not going to get into it too deep today because we're still 2.5 months out from actually using the stove, but I wanted to just introduce it today because I'm so excited about it. Now, the Woodstock Soapstone Company is located in West Lebanon, New Hampshire, and it is a old school kind of company, if you ask me. That's how I feel. And it's the kind of company you can call the phone number on the website and talk to people right there. You can call them up and talk to the people that are working right at the factory, and they will tell you all the information you need to know. And you can order it, and you can either get it in two different ways. You can have it shipped to your house, you can have it shipped to a local business, or you can go right up to the factory and pick it up. And I would recommend that because that's what I did. And I drove my little truck right up there, backed up, and they loaded it right on the back of my truck, and I brought it safely straight back to the cabin. And it took a little while to get it in here, but I think it's going to be worth it. So, anyway, this is advertised as the cleanest wood burning stove in America. And it does meet the 2020 EPA standards, and it qualifies for the 2023 federal tax credit. So that's a whole lot of reasons to buy a stove like this. Now, so this one's rated, the Fairview model is rated at 55,000 BTU, and it could heat between 900 and 1,600 square foot as advertised. And I think that'll be perfect for the cabin. We're only looking at 1,200 square foot. And, well, let's see here. Okay, here, I'm going to show you a few reasons that I bought this stove. For one, it has the air wash glass, claims to never fog up or cloud up or smoke up. Two, I do like the idea of just a side door. It's less gaskets you have to deal with and maintain in the firebox area. And it comes with a small tool to use if you want to open the door, close the door. With this, it's hands-free. basically. So you could just shut the door and use this to tighten it like so. Now, the little tool comes with it. And you have the top, which is solid soapstone. Comes with a little thermometer. Now, lift it up here. You have a massive thick slab of soapstone, 2 slabs of soapstone to maintain the heat. And down inside of here, you have the catalyst. It looks like a honeycomb or like a corrugated box, like the end section of it. But it's not a box. It's basically stainless steel metal with semi-precious metals embedded into it. So when you start the stove, you basically open this lever to bypass the catalyst. That puts the fresh smoke, cold smoke, up through the chimney. And you monitor the temperature on top of the stove. So when this stove reaches between 250 and 300, basically in the green, that's authorization to go ahead. I'm going to show you here again. Go ahead, close the bypass when it gets to the proper temperature. That forces the smoke to go up through the catalyst, then out the chimney. So once the catalyst is hot enough on the temperature gauge, it will reburn the smoke. So what does that mean? That means the proper way to burn a stove like this, or this stove, is to get the fire going slowly, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, half hour, get it up to temperature. This is supposed to be down here. When that baby reads 250 to 300, it's like 275. Say 300, I'll probably get it to 300. You close the bypass, forces the smoke up through the catalyst, and then you start to get your efficiency. Then you pull this other lever, choke back the damper, and you basically choke the fire down to make it smoke and smolder. Now that's exactly the way you would do many other stoves, but the difference is the other stoves at that point will start to form creosote. The old stoves that are non-cat will still burn if inefficient, and they will be burning and creating creosote the whole way up the chimney when you choke it back. So it will not, the smolder is actually what heats up the catalyst. It burns off the smoke. The catalyst heats up. The catalyst makes the heat. So this stove likes to be choked out for the best part. That's what I'm hearing. That's how it can smolder all night and just burn and keep burning and keep heating on the catalyst. So that's in theory. That's what I'm telling you. I don't know 100% because I haven't burned it yet. But that's the reason and the whole theory behind the cat stove and the Woodstock stoves. I hope I was somewhat educational here. Maybe you learned a little bit about how and why to get a cat stove, and especially why you should get a Woodstock cat stove. I'll tell you why you should get a Woodstock, because it's so easy to replace the catalyst, clean the catalyst, comes right out, comes right back in. All you do is lift this lid. The Woodstock Soapstone Company offers all the replacement parts. You could rebuild that complete stove by ordering a few things online, and it shows up. If the catalyst are supposed to last 5 to 7 years, if your catalyst goes out, you call them up, and you order it, and they're shipping it. A couple days later, it comes in the mail. You got it. It's yours. Bam. So, and like I said, you can even rebuild the stoves, the 201 model, the model before this model, which is back in the 90s, I think. That they have parts for everything they've ever built, pretty much. Or the Woodstock Soapstone Company offers a rebuild. You could have a stove that's 20 years old that might not be working as efficient. It needs to be rebuilt. They will completely take it down, sandblast it, replace the parts that need replaced, put the stones back in it, put it all back together. It will look like new. I've seen it for myself. When I was at the factory, they showed me that, and I just can't say enough about it. I can't wait. Also, one thing I did forget to mention was the soapstone on the Woodstock, on the Fireview. It has 2 layers of soapstone and not just one. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned, because when the fall, winter comes on, it starts to get cold, I'm going to show you how I burn this stove and how well it works. We're going to learn together, and we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out, because I have truly seasoned firewood, good oak and apple and ash. I have all the good firewood. So we're going to see how it works. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video and you're now maybe interested in a Woodstock stove, they did not give me anything for making this video. I will tell you that. I bought the stove, and if you like the video, please subscribe and hit a like. I appreciate it. Thank you, YouTube. Have a good day.